No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the 25th ranked team in the land, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Oregon's offense will have the football first. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making...
No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Oregon Ducks. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. Coming out with it, it's Harold. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So the Oregon Ducks offense will go on the attack first. And are we ever... see these two great quarterbacks in action here today. And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks. David, this one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, you know, brand versus brand.
Oh, he's got some space. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. They'll run it from the gun. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Tommy, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was, so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks!
And I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before. And there was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field. They score a touchdown. And they made a statement.
He'll bring it out. It's Cruz. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. The LSU Tigers offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about... game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. There's the pressure. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air.
Man, this home crowd was so jacked up, so excited to finally get the football after giving up points on the first drive and having to be quiet. Now they're quiet again. How about the defense coming in here, shutting this crowd up early and doing their job?
He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. They're working that left side. Smashes ahead. Touchdown, Oregon! A great catch and run for 6.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Cruz. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Well, you're seeing a complete effort right now by this football team. Their offense has been doing their part, scoring points. They've got a big lead, and the defense right now is just shutting the opponent out. So good against the run and so athletic, and they have the ability to rush the passer. As you saw right there, getting the sack. We're only in the first quarter, but they're right now winning this game in all 3 phases.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Snagged out of the air. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt. They make the stop on the return, but there is laundry on the field. Let's get the call. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. He leaves it with his back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
Oh, that just really nice catch by the big tight end. Throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Trying to bull his way in. Touchdown, Ducks! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
They are absolutely boat racing this team right now. We're not even at the 2nd quarter yet, and this offense has been up and down the field. They've taken a huge lead early. Everything they're dialing up, David, is working.
Yeah, so I'm going to flip this to the other side. I'm going to need my offense to score some points, and in a hurry. Like, they got to figure it out, but they got to put a drive together, keep us off the field, score some points, and let us find some answers, because right now, defensively, we have none.
And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And the pass is incomplete, and that's how the 1st quarter comes to a close. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the 1st quarter as we take a look at the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the 2nd. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting. patient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field, and they're trying to make it happen, but the they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Caught behind the line. It's Townsend.
I think moving forward on third down, this offense is going to have to be a little bit more aggressive and try to throw it vertically. Start throwing the ball around the line of scrimmage against these guys. They've got way too much speed, and you saw it right there.
Let's see what he can do with it. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Shoots it to the left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Oregon!
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment be danged. You talk about home field advantage. Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Under fire. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. 3-and-out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute daily.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Wants to go up top. Safe completion on the screen. Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, Ducks! And they take it in for 6 more points. This guy's putting the Oregon offense on his shoulders, carrying them however you want, on the ground or through the air.
I mean, so fun to watch when you got a guy that can do this. And we've seen it with the Ducks in history, man. They've had some great ones that put their team on their shoulders. If you need me to run it, I'll run it. You need me to throw it, I can do that too.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there, but it doesn't happen very often.
They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And here comes the Heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. They They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Wants to throw on first down. Pocket breaking down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
He'll take a shot. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up. Trying to pick up a first down. They'll give it to the back. Breaks into the open. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. So after the penalty, a little extra ground to cover on first down. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Oregon!
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job. And that helped lead to the home run.
Oregon 42, LSU 0.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. From the gun, the ground game. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Unloads it left. Got his man downfield. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the second quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback away from danger.
Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing him go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
And he tacks on the extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Oklahoma is currently ahead early in this one, but they just haven't been able to pull that schooner away offensively. They're up by 10 over Southern Miss. This one has actually kind of exceeded expectations. Always a memorable chapter in the book of college football.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Starts a drive trying to go up top. It's complete to the left. Turning it on. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Got him downfield. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, he wants it all. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Man, defenses are terrified of giving up that big play. I like the offense taking a shot down the field, showing the defense like, listen, hey, you're going to have to guard this. You better start being worried about the deep ball. Now maybe I can take some shots underneath, and it might loosen that secondary up a bit.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. He's got the tight end. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. The Ducks will line it up on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage.
And the defense makes a play. They get the quarterback down at the 26. Quick timeout called by the offense after the play.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Throws toward the end zone. Oh, it's picked off. And they come up with a big... Make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. Waning seconds of the first half, let's see just how aggressive they'll be. Single back formation, and they give it to it. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellows, by the looks of things, we've had one enjoyable first half in Baton Rouge. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. With that said,
try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow...
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Makes the grab inside the 30. Touchdown, Tigers! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Give to the running back. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
Fires left. It's caught downfield. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. His offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Got enough for the first down. And a really nice run and pickup there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Wide open downfield. Touchdown Ducks! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. They'll try to add another to their lead. That is what we call in the industry a defensive breakdown. That guy was loose for the big play.
Busted coverage, really, really bad execution. Somebody slips, somebody falls. Nothing about that defensively is something you're looking for, but the offense will take it and get the easy touchdown.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored Jesse this offense. He's got it along the sideline. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's first down. Looking deep down the right side. Makes a catch at the 15. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown LSU. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one. Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
He's got him. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. The Ducks getting set on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside give. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Off play action. Buys a little extra time. Looking to the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
And I'm not surprised they're letting him throw the football down here near the end zone. Like, that dude's been really, really good. And you can trust him. They trust him in this offense. Great job by this defense playing the pass, breaking on the football, and making sure he doesn't get another touchdown.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Extending the play. Bought a little time, lets it go. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Oregon!
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for...
Running wide open down the gut of the field. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
Well, I know they're losing right now, but they're not going to be losing for long if they keep hitting shots like that. And I love the idea here, taking a shot to your best player on offense. This guy is one of the biggest playmakers in all of college football. Tremendous speed. He locates the ball, makes a catch, and that play gives this offense so much confidence.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Coming to the line of scrimmage on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we reach the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
He had nowhere to go with the football. Fourth down, you know he wants to make a play. I'd like for him to throw it up, to be honest. Try to give somebody an opportunity to make a play. Who cares if I throw a pick? It's fourth down anyways, but couldn't find anybody.
There he goes. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Ducks are in the red zone. Red pass, it's complete. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to fight another play in the red zone. It'll be third down. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Touchdown, Ducks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Here he comes with the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond. Know where to go, and the ball is loose. And that's going to be a safety touchdown by falling on it, but they'll give up the deuce.
Yeah, and sometimes you get confused and you get lost when you're out on the field, but not that far. And I don't know how to explain this. I would love to give you words and break this down and be like, this is what he was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Looking left. A strike downfield. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the fourth quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive, pedal to the metal.
Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. The Ducks will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers.
Touchdown, Oregon! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Parrish. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And a sack all the way back at the 5.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks. And you just want to go back to the locker room. You want to get in the ice tub and start healing for next week.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. On his way from around the 50. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
The give to the tailback. Makes it past the marker. Oh, he's got some space. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. The Ducks, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Off the play fake. Lets it go to the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They'll run it from the gun. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here.
And that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that third and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a fourth down.
How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Look at it this way. The field position is awful, but opportunity to pile up a lot of stats because there are a lot of yards in front of them. Quarterback on the keeper. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And the running game has been going in the wrong direction. They'll try to get their first positive play of the drive here on third down. And picking up the first down would be nice here, but also important, get some cushion for the punt team. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. They come up with their second safety of the game. You don't see that very often. And they'll set up for the free kick from their own 20.
Well, the defense could smell blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. They'll start this drive going to the air. Connection to the right. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. They're just about to put this W in the books, guys. Comes against a ranked opponent, a team that most of us expected them to beat, and they were able to come through.
Yeah, but you're going to get challenged early in the season. It's fun to play other ranked teams and kind of see what you have. And this team kind of proven, like, listen, they're worth the ranking. They're probably going to continue to climb up the charts, handling their business early in the season against a pretty dang good team.
And I think at the end of the year, when the committee's meeting together and they're deciding which teams are going to reach the playoff, this is a game they're going to point back to. Hey, we wanted to find out more about them against a good opponent. They won the game. They took care of business. This was impressive today.
Pulls and fires complete to the right. He's guided out of bounds at the 12-yard line.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Steps away to find some room. He's got it and still on his feet. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
This quarterback is having a Heisman moment in this game. These are the types of games that Heisman voters are going to pay attention to. He's now got over 450 passing yards.
And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout.
And with that touchdown, man, you're getting excited. As a fan base, you're about to go to 3-0. Like, a lot of things could go wrong to start a season. Everything gone right. That's a great sign for this squad. They got it rolling. Can they keep that momentum, keep climbing up the rankings, and who knows what happens at the end of the year.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. He'll bring it out. It's Parrott. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
LSU 21.
He'll bring it out. And the ball is loose on the return. Recovered by the kicking team.
Because of the big collisions on kickoff team, you don't see a lot of that in practice. You don't do that because you don't want to get each other hurt. A lot of open field, big collisions, big forced fumble, big momentum play created.
He'll start this drive firing. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left. And the Ducks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the tight end. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Then not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Bringing it back. He's at the 40. And he is brought down after the interception, and the clock strikes 0 here in the 4th quarter. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly